Well, here we are on a Monday, the 23rd day of November, starting our programming for the last week of November and the last few days before the Thanksgiving holiday, which of course is this week on Thursday. Hopefully an extended and safe and pleasurable holiday weekend ahead for us all. A lot to talk about before we get there, and we'll of course have programming all the way through Wednesday and an early edition this week of the Sayersville Independent as well. More on that tomorrow. Tonight's program will include your COVID-19 updates, of course, locally and from the state, following the similar trajectory as they have been now for quite some days. Our health departments, our healthcare providers, our hospitals, all at or becoming overwhelmed. A Magoffin County man was killed in an ATV accident over the course of the weekend. A serious, at least, appearing two-vehicle accident earlier today, and a host of other news and information. I've got some arrests and some other reports that we'll probably hold off on until tomorrow for time's sake. But all that, and a new community calendar, I think some birthdays to pass along tonight as well, and a forecast that changes things up, and really at the tail end of it, and just past the tail end of your outlook, possibility for some snow, at least a few flakes to fly. I'll tell you about that in just a few moments, and I'll begin our headlines right after these words. Here it is, the sales schedule you've been waiting for from the seasonal shop all week long. Women's clothing, excluding the t-shirt lines, is 30% off. And Christmas all week long, 20% off. Tuesday of this week, clearance items, 70% off. This Wednesday, baby and kids clothing and gifts, 30% off, and home decor, 20% off. They're closed Thursday, of course, for Thanksgiving, but Friday, 20% off, Simply Southern, and a gift with every purchase while they last. And then Saturday, everything Christmas is 30% off at Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop in downtown Sayersville.
Hello, this is Bob Hutchison for Hutch Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. You know the old saying, when the going gets tough, the tough drive a Ram truck or a Jeep. Okay, so it's a new saying, but it's true. Get 0.9% financing for 72 months on Jeep Renegades and 0.9% for 84 months on the Tough Ram truck. Remember, with our credit rebuilding program, we can put you in a car or truck today.
The votes are in and it's unanimous. The Homestyle Bowl is back for a limited time at your Sayersville Lee's famous recipe. Savory chicken strips, kernel corn, cheddar cheese, our famous gravy, all on a bed of beautiful mashed potatoes. It's a meal or a side, and it's for a limited time at your Sayersville Lee's. Services at this hour are said to be pending for a Magoffin County man, a husband and father who was killed tragically in an ATV accident in the Tip Top area late Saturday night. The Magoffin County Rescue Squad, Kentucky State Police, and other EMS were called to the Tip Top area late Saturday night. It was a single vehicle accident involving a standard Honda four-wheeler in which there were two men, the operator and a passenger, both of which were ejected from the vehicle after the operator lost control and left the roadway. Neither of the two men wearing helmets. We are told the driver, 43-year-old Joel Clay Watkins, died of head trauma at the scene, as was pronounced by the Magoffin County Coroner's Office Deputy Coroner Brian Parker. There was also a passenger with an unknown name at this time who was said to have been taken to the hospital via ambulance from the scene and then later transferred from there to another facility where he was last listed in critical condition, with no other update on his actual condition at this time. As for Mr. Watkins, his body was sent to the medical examiner's office in Louisville for an autopsy, as is, of course, customary, while funeral arrangements are said to be pending at this hour. It's my understanding at this hour that funeral services, which are still pending per being arranged, are going to be held possibly in another county. My last information was for Mr. Watkins at the Grayson Funeral Home. We'll bring those to you just as soon as those arrangements have been set and forwarded to us. Emergency personnel responded to a serious two-car collision earlier today at the mouth of Burning Fork and 114. Two vehicles traveling in the same direction collided, and the appearance of the crash appears to have been worse than the injuries. The McGoffin County Sheriff's Department EMS and Rescue responded to this collision at the mouth of Burning Fork. Both vehicles traveling in the same direction. I believe it was the passenger car, which was making a turn onto Route 1888 when it was struck with or collided with from the rear by the black SUV. I'm told there was just the driver in each of the vehicles. It's my understanding, both of which were taken by ambulance to an area hospital for what was said to be non-life-threatening injuries at the time. Again, the accident being handled by the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department. A reminder that City Hall is closed this week due to, of course, the holiday, but also the increasing number of COVID-19 cases. A lot of government buildings and entities, of course, closing as well. And tomorrow I'll have our District Judge, Dennis Prater, in with us via, of course, the internet, talking about the closure of the courts for the foreseeable future, which I believe is set to begin on this coming Monday, 1 week from today. So he has that information for us, and we'll have that for you on tomorrow's program. I'll have the rest of the news right after this.
I'm Dr. Jason Zimmerman at Highlands ARH, the healthcare system of Appalachia.
Conley Tire in Staffordsville or ConleyTire.net right now and get $200 back on a new set of Goodyears, $100 on new Generals, Coopers, Bridgestones, and Mickey Thompsons, all with the smoothest balancing Snap-on has to offer. And if your ride has a light on, let their state-of-the-art Zeus diagnostic machine figure it out for only $35 at Conley Tire. Same 6 decades of experience, same undivided dedication and focus on winning your case. New location. The law offices of McFarland and Tinker are now located on Route 114 in the former McGoffin Farm Bureau location. Motor vehicle accidents, Social Security disability, SSI claims, wrongful death and workers' compensation and work injury cases. Call 349-9000. McFarland and Tinker. Go with All Pro and you'll always get a perfectly finished project backed by decades of experience and thousands of satisfied customers. Always with the best prices on everything from small to large remodels, bathrooms to kitchens to entire homes, or turnkey new construction on everything from garages, homes to retail space. And seamless gutters too. And All Pro still offers 0% financing for up to 18 months and long-term low interest rates on those big projects. For an estimate, call this family-owned business today.
Hello, this is Bob Hutchison for Hutch Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. You know the old saying, when the going gets tough, the tough drive a Ram truck or a Jeep. Okay, so it's a new saying, but it's true. Right now you can get employee pricing on most Jeeps. Get 0.9% financing for 84 months on the Tough Ram truck. Remember, with our credit rebuilding program, we can put you in a car or truck today.
Let's begin with that of your state COVID update tonight before we get to the local data. Yesterday, Governor Beshear's office announced 2,194 new cases. That's Sunday. That's a record Sunday as far as numbers are concerned. And that actually set a record of being, with that, the highest week ever to date during the pandemic for Kentucky of new cases. In fact, by almost 4,000 set a new record. Over 3,760, I believe, new cases, more last week than the week prior as a whole for the state of Kentucky. 4 deaths were reported yesterday, and the Commonwealth positivity rate was just under 9.2. The governor saying if we have a major surge of COVID-19 cases after Thanksgiving, our hospitals will simply not have the capacity to give everyone the care they need. Those sentiments echoed again today on behalf of the governor in his Monday address, saying that the point of no return for Kentucky is very, very close. He cited today before the data was released the cadaver trucks, which have been called to various states, filling up parking lots, those trucks, semi-tractor trailers being filled with bodies and then just rotated in and out with empty ones that are just quickly filling up and so forth. That hospital beds are literally being established in parking garages of hospitals across the country, that we have medical staff shortages nationwide, that over 1,000 U.S. hospitals are said to be critically short on staff, and that number is going to get far worse before the end of just this week even. and that with medical staff shortages like what we are seeing nationwide and starting to see in Kentucky, we're close to getting to the position where there's not going to be enough to help us if we are in the hospital, and there's not going to be anyone from out of the state that we can call to come and help us because they're all in the same position as well. As we are nearing the need for more medical personnel with more patients than they can see to and treat. He also thanked medical professionals today, personally pleading with everyone else to help them by fighting the spread of the coronavirus.
Even with all of the work that those individuals will put in, they will not be able to save as many of us as if we help them. Day in and day out, they're trying to stabilize people that are suffering. Day in and day out, they're trying to get people off that ventilator and back home. Day in and day out, they're doing what it takes. So day in and day out, we have to, too. Today, we're reporting 2,135 new cases of COVID-19. Remember, Mondays are always our lowest day, and that's because the labs aren't open, all of them, through the weekend. This is our highest Monday by a significant amount. Total cases since the beginning, 160,232. Our positivity rate, 8.97%, down a little bit. 1,573 Kentuckians in the hospital, 391 in the ICU, 203 on a ventilator.
The governor also reported 5 additional deaths today, 3 of those individuals in their 70s. For our long-term care centers for new cases just today in the past 24 hours, another 138 residents and 135 staff in Kentucky's nursing homes. 37 new deaths among residents and 1 among staff for those nursing homes. Your local COVID update in just a second. Right now, tonight's community calendar brought to you by McGoffin Farm Bureau, and I've got a very seasonal announcement that I'm glad to make, and glad to say that while Santa might not be showing himself at Candy Cane Lane, kids, get those pens to paper because there's a special mailbox waiting for you. But first, a birthday wish. Eli, from your Mama Janet and a long list of family and friends, birthday wishes to you. Eli Nichols, happy birthday. Happy birthday again. Mama Janet, a whole lot of family and friends. That seasonal announcement that I was referring to, yeah, of course, you probably guessed it. Candy Cane Lane is about to debut for this season, opening Thanksgiving evening at 6 o'clock, and it will be open at 6 o'clock all the way through Christmas evening at the Ivy Point on the Gardner Farm. Look for Santa's mailbox. Due to the coronavirus, Santa is just confining himself, I think, for the most part, strictly to duties, Christmas Eve and Christmas morning, if you will, and therefore might not be appearing at the Gardner Farm at Candy Cane Lane, but there's a mailbox there. You can't miss it. Kids, send him the letters. Make sure you put your return address so you'll get one back. A reminder, the Water into Wine Food Pantry is closed this week in lieu of the Thanksgiving holiday. And a reminder that you can have announcements on our community calendar. It doesn't cost anything. You just have to tell me. Sometimes you have to tell me twice, to be perfectly honest, but I will get them on. And if you want birthdays, birth announcements, or anniversaries on the show, they're free as well. But for the newspaper, email those to Joe, J-O, at SagersvilleIndependent.com. Funeral services tonight are being announced for 59-year-old Jimmy Dean Cantrell of Sagersville, who passed away on Saturday, the son of the late Cecil and Clara Jane Castle Cantrell. He's survived by his son, Justin Cantrell, and daughter, Trista Holbrook. Private memorial services for immediate family will be held this Wednesday from the Flat Fork Free Will Baptist Church. 78-year-old Vivian Cole passed away on Saturday at the Sagersville Nursing and Rehabilitation Center. The daughter of the late Isaac and Gracie Lee Nestor Ross. She is survived by son Tommy Nestor and sister Elsie Reisner, 5 grandkids and 8 great-grandkids. Private graveside services this Wednesday at the Green Carpenter Cemetery. And lastly, 85-year-old Charles Poe of Oil Springs passed away on today's date. The husband of Loretta Salyer Poe. I'm told that arrangements are incomplete at this hour. Nearly everything today is about being safe and well, and Parkway Pharmacy has two great ways to get your prescriptions quickly, safely, and conveniently. Simply pull up curbside and call and let them know you're there, or circle around the building and drive through. And just in, a fresh inventory of Atalo, premium CBD oil and cream products for managing pain, anxiety, depression, rest, digestion, and more. All at Parkway Pharmacy in Salyersville. We know that life cannot come to a complete standstill because of the pandemic, but we can make sure that you can continue to bank safely and securely by calling either branch of the Salyersville National Bank to schedule any in-lobby services, or by using either of our drive-thrus. Mondays through Fridays, the main drive-thru is open from 8 until 3, and the branch drive-thru is open from 8 until 5, and the branch drive-thru is also open on weekends, Saturdays 8 until noon, with ATMs available 24/7 at both locations. Or by taking advantage of our completely free 24-hour internet banking and bill pay, banking by phone, remote deposit, automatic payment services, and more. Salyersville National Bank, always making your banking easier and safer.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and to make it even better, the AppWire Holiday Sale starts now with great deals on select Samsung devices. The best devices, like the Note 20 Ultra and Galaxy S20 Ultra, are up to $400 off all month long while supplies last. Or pay even less with a great device like the Galaxy S20 and save over $10 a month off the normal price on the Appalachian Advantage. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
There is never a good time for a breakdown. They will happen, and your car at some point is going to need some repairs and maintenance. And Black Smoke Performance is open and here with professional, fast, safe service. And they now have certified full air conditioning, diagnostics, and repair to keep you cool in whatever you drive. Black Smoke Performance, 349-8785. Our local public health director and Mayor Pete Shepard tells us that we are seeing another number of cases starting to add up at the first of the week already, looking back since Saturday when there was 21 cases reported on just Saturday, that we have right now numbers that put us on track to be at or have surpassed last week's record high of 90 cases in Montgomery County. And he says that the Montgomery County Health Department and local health care providers are too, like those across Kentucky and around the nation, are too becoming overwhelmed.
Yes, we've been inundated with cases. My ladies are overworked and underpaid, but they're doing a great job. I like to brag on them. We had 21 cases Saturday, and we had 6 more cases on Sunday, and we had 15 new cases today.
So starting off 3 days, almost half as much as what we had for all last week, which was, I believe, a total of 90. With a large number of these cases that you're reporting for these past 3 days, grouped into a thing. I know we've been closely watching our nursing home. Of course, we've had a couple of outbreaks, as you I think can refer to them, in a couple of churches as well. Anything related to those?
Nursing home, we didn't have any positives this weekend, but we get results, like I say, twice a week with them because of the way they do their testing. We've had 23 positive cases affiliated with the Half Mountain Church total. And other than that, it's just been other home family groups or stuff like that just tested positive. And no groups as far as that is. And
it's gotten as close to you at this point as it has, as I understand. We're used to seeing you from your kitchen at this time of day, but today is official, right?
Yeah, I've been here since Saturday. My daughter-in-law, Courtney, works in St. Joe on one of the wings. 2 of her co-workers tested positive, and then she came in this week from work and tested positive also. She had a lot of complications. She's a diabetic, and on Saturday morning at 5 o'clock, I got a call, and I had to go to their house, and they took her to the hospital, and I had to watch my grandyoungins, who were both snotty-nosed and coughing. So to be on the safe side, I've been at home with one of my grandkids, my grandson, since Saturday, and I just got done at Frontier getting tested.
If you don't mind me asking, and I know that she's been pretty public about it, She really had a hard time this weekend, didn't she?
She really had a hard time. She had infection. She was septic from some type of infection in her body, and she's also now got some part pneumonia. She was at Paul B till yesterday afternoon, and we got her flew to St. Joe yesterday evening about 3 or 4 o'clock. but she's having a lot of different complications from different things, and I think the COVID probably could be related to some of that.
With that, your Licking Valley RACC outlook, which has us looking at some sunny skies tomorrow and low 50s, but around that corner is a soggy Wednesday and Wednesday night. I do have for you a very nice Thanksgiving Day forecast, and we also have something to talk about at the end of your outlook. First, just a little food for thought, so to speak, on today's date in weather history. The National Weather Service reminded me that on this date back in 1999, 76 degrees? What does it matter? 75, 76 degrees. It was a new record, I think, that might still stand for very good reasons, as you can see. And we weren't even close to that today, and we won't be tonight, obviously. 31 degrees and partly cloudy tonight with a light wind out there for the rest of your Monday, but dry and dry tomorrow. 54 degrees on your Tuesday. Under partly sunny skies, clouds will start to increase tomorrow night. That's out and ahead of our next change up, which comes in just before Thanksgiving, but should be gone by Thanksgiving. So a pretty short window here for this next weather event. Wednesday, showers, mainly afternoon. We're still going to hit 60 degrees. South winds up to 29 miles per hour at times, gusting. A quarter to a half an inch of rain during the day, another tenth to a quarter Wednesday night with a low of 47. Winds will still continue to be up to 24 miles per hour Wednesday evening, and then they're gone. Thanksgiving Day, 59, mostly sunny there as you see, and nighttime lows in the upper 30s. And then for the rest of your Thanksgiving weekend, 62 and mostly sunny on your Friday. Next chance of showers is late Friday night and into the weekend, but it's not a big chance. 20% late Friday. Saturday is partly sunny and a 30% chance, upper 50s. But watch as we slowly go downhill. Sunday, 56, mostly cloudy. A better chance of showers. Monday, down to 44, mostly cloudy and a slight chance of rain. And by the time that rain gets out of here, there might be enough cold air in place to make it white. We'll see. That's going to wrap it up for tonight. A whole lot happening here this week. Of course, it's Publication Day, a day early for both the Big Sandy News and the Sagersville Independent. We'll be talking about that, and I'll be trying to squeeze as much news as possible in the next 2 days before we're out for what I hope is going to be, like I said, a long, safe, relaxing, and joyous Thanksgiving for all. See you tomorrow night.